This week on Xenomania, we travel to the lovely coastal town of Amity Island. Sun, surf, beautiful beaches, and a vibrant shopping district make for a perfect getaway. Well, except for the giant man eating shark lurking in the water. We'll talk about the birth of the summer blockbuster, sunken cruisers, and whether a shark movie can be a slasher also. Plus, a round of Stasher Slash that doesn't end with one of my co hosts slashing a classic Spielberg movie? Probably not. But at least we're staying out of the water. This is Jaws. This is Xenomania.
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Had a little drink about an hour ago and it's gone right to my head. Whoa, show me the way to go home.
Especially after watching Jaws. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Xenomania. Happy 4th of July. We are doing Jaws this week. What?
Right off the bat, you definitely
I said
just said
Jaws.
jellymen.
Yeah, you did. That's okay.
You definitely just said ladies and jellymen.
We're keeping it. I don't know what's in that mug of yours, but
Just
that's
exactly
what
that.
Quint was
that
drinking on the
shine.
boat. You know what's I did notice on this watch through when he's drinking his adult beverages, they're drinking them out of nice old school coffee cups. And then one of them has a coaster.
That was
One of
Richard.
them has the little
That was
dish.
Richard
A
Dreyfuss.
saucer.
That was Richard
The
Dreyfuss.
saucer.
Saucer, yeah. So yeah, we're doing Jaws this week, everybody, and I'm pumped that Richard Dreyfish. I'm glad that John put it up on the schedule because this is like many other people, this is part of my childhood. Not necessarily a great one. I wouldn't even go swimming in a pool.
You
after
find it
watching this
shocking that it
movie.
was PG? Yeah.
Yes. There's PG
No.
and PG-13
So,
movies back then
there's
are
no PG-13.
wild compared to today.
But there was no PG-13.
Oh, that's right,
So
John.
this had to
1989
either
was
be
the first
PG or
PG-13
R.
with Last Crusade.
There wasn't a lot of foul language, which may have helped it make the cut.
There was side boob.
And I mean, there's
Oh yeah,
gore. If that had been
I was
front boob,
'cause
it would have been
that
R.
was very
Yeah,
close. Like
100%.
rewatching it last night, I was like, I don't understand why this is PG. And you see her running, and I'm like, we could get away with this for a PG movie, but
That whole opening sequence is dangerous for a PG rating. That is the scariest part of the movie by far.
Okay.
In my opinion. When there's parts that are more gripping, like, nobody likes watching kids get ate. That's hard to watch as a dad now these days too. I hated that scene.
Nobody likes it.
Yeah, I felt worse for the dog when I remember the dog gets it. I was like,
Oh yeah, that did happen in the story that Jaws is based on. I don't know if I'm jumping over our timestamps. I should be careful. But
No, you're good.
There was a dog that went missing preceding the events that would lead to all of the children being eaten by a bull shark, and adults actually, in that creek in New Jersey, which is where Jaws is based off of. The event that Jaws is based off of.
There's a really cool book about that. I think it's called 12 Days of Terror.
Yeah.
It's probably about 25 years old now, but it was a really good book.
That thing did some work on that community.
Yeah.
Kept going in the water. Well, I don't think anybody believed that it could be a shark that was getting them. They thought they were drownings at first, and then the bodies just hadn't shown up.
The rogue man
to
eater.
wash up
For real.
Potentially,
Well, the bull shark is known for being very territorial, so it won't necessarily just attack to eat. It'll attack to attack. And with the dad, I know one of the fathers jumped in to save the kid, and he got it too. That's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like it took him. I was like, yeah, bet. All right. Took him out too. So, but that opening scene, just to circle back, of the young lady at the bonfire running into the water, and the way they film that scene
Well,
is
it's the
terrifying to me.
pace. It's
Mhm.
it's very fast paced because you open up and it's calm. They're singing. They're having a good time, and then Spielberg really jumps into it. The fast camera movement following her. She like her running into the water, him trying to like undress, and him falling down. It's all fast, and then there's like a still calmness, and then it happens.
Mhm. And that lets
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
thalassophobia sink in. That's that
Oh,
fear
it's
of
like
deep water, and
yeah.
then you just watch her go boop, boop. But do you remember what the way what she says, for example? I can't even repeat any of it. We're gonna get redlined on this episode. But she's
Oh yeah.
begging the whole time.
Mhm.
It's
She's holding on
horrific.
to the buoy,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yep.
Mhm. David
I
Bowie.
had my Mandela effect moment though. I recalled that it dragged her
yeah.
into the buoy.
I think that's in
Like
another
shoo,
Jaws
boom.
film.
Here.
I think that is in a different one.
Okay.
Two? It's either
I
two or
remember
three.
that too, but I don't remember it from Jaws. Maybe. I haven't watched 2 or 3 in a while.
I know
It
what you're
can't, I don't
talking
think it's
about.
3. Or
No,
if
it
it's
wouldn't make
4, it's
sense
the
for
opening
3.
scene
Mhm.
because
But I don't
Pirates
think
of
it
the
is
Caribbean.
because the opening scene in 4 is one of the Brody boys.
It's at night and he's on the boat, and I don't think he ever ends
Yeah.
up in the water like that.
No, I don't think so either. It has to be 2 or it's a different shark movie.
That's a weird concept too. If we ever do Jaws 4, we have to talk about the idea of a shark hunting a family. Is
Well,
so silly. So silly.
Wait, you mean they don't do that?
I mean, allegedly they do, according to the Spielberg. Well, I guess he had nothing to do with Jaws
that
4,
was
actually.
He didn't have anything to do with Jaws really after this one.
all Hollywood.
Yeah. So let me ask you a
Mhm.
question, gentlemen. Brave souls. Would you ever go
Yes.
night swimming?
Yeah.
You
In an
would.
ocean?
In the ocean?
No, no. In a pool,
I don't
yes.
swim in
Tricky.
natural bodies of water. A pool, yeah, sure. The pools are the only thing I'll swim in though, because everything else is a fish toilet.
Fair point. Okay.
It's true.
Yeah.
I do love a good lake,
And
though.
one other thing I've learned growing up, fish are also external fertilizers.
Mm-hmm. So what he's
So
saying
not
is
only is it a
there's little
toilet, it's
swimmers,
a
and
yeah, littler
Oh,
swimmers.
they're out
they're
there,
loving
buddy.
every
Yep.
They're
minute
out
of it.
there.
Yep. So I'll stick to a chlorinated pool on the rare occasions I'm getting in the water.
Went night swimming in Jamaica when I was down there as a younger lad, but we were absolutely blasted, and which doesn't make it better according to Jaws. And
Not really according to most logical perspectives.
I had like a walk the plank moment in Lake George where I had to jump into the lake and go collect a bunch of adult beverages that we were hiding in the water from the parent folks. And me being the youngest at the time, they were like, "Go, I want to do it. Get in the water and
You'll
get
have
them now."
You'll have a
So
I don't
You'll
want
have
to
a
that was
die.
similar.
horrifying, though.
That's it.
Yep,
All right.
basically,
Oh, okay.
it was good
So
times.
if we're kind of going with pools and some of us night swimming, out of the three actors, who's your favorite? Is it Roy Schneider, Richard Dreyfuss? What?
What is that segue though? What is
Did
that?
you add an N?
What is that? Wait, but can we stop? Like, what is the segue?
We got a double stop.
What is the segue from? Yeah, if we're gonna talk about night swimming and pools, who are your favorite 3 actors?
Hey,
in the
they were
movie?
jumping in pools
I
and
know.
jumping in lakes.
If you were gonna go night swimming
There
with
we-
one of the main actors from this
There we
movie,
go.
which one would you go night
And
swimming
if they had
with?
HIV, would it matter to you? Like, what is that segue?
But I also want to back
Schneider.
up. What is Roy's last name? No, you gotta
Scheider?
take that N out of there. He's got no N's.
I thought it was Schneider.
Yeah, it's Roy Scheider.
Rob Schneider is the chief of police on
Yeah.
Amity Island.
Oh, good. Ruin a movie with one changed cast.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. We're gonna need a bigger boat. That's a huge shark.
Wow. Is he making
I hate us
copies while
so
on the
much.
boat?
Uh, yeah. I am an absolute geek over Richard Dreyfuss.
Dry fish.
I love him and everything he's ever been in. I'm a huge Close Encounters of the Third Kind fan, for starters. Mr. Holland's Opus. What about Bob? The man has range. But no, I just love him as an actor. To me, he's like in the tier of Anthony
Okay.
Hopkins. Like he's just royalty. Yeah. So he's my guy from this movie for sure.
John?
So character or
Actor.
actor? That's tough. I think I'd go Roy Scheider, but I might hang with Robert Shaw.
Wow.
He might be a really cool hang.
I thought you would be with Roy
He'd
Scheider
definitely be a cool hang.
because you loved Roy Scheider from Schwarzer
I mean,
and all that.
yeah, I mean, Scheider's cool. I'd definitely hang with him, but I think Robert Shaw might be like a really wild time.
I agree with you. Oh,
I don't know if you're
that's a
getting out of
chance.
that alive.
That's a chance you
like
take.
that
Red
kind of
Grant.
wild time.
Yeah, but
Robert Shaw,
Yeah.
that might be a
go with
chance
that.
I'm willing to take.
his method acting is just like incredible, and just the conversation he can have, and like his stage presence, and like I was reading about him more today, and he's done so much for like especially British television. Like I'd be so curious to hear his stories and his like stage prowess, because I feel like he's like the Marlon Brando of British cinema. You know,
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's
that's big. This
yeah,
is the actor who
shoes.
plays Quint, correct?
I
Yeah,
mean,
just making
first
sure.
appearance from Russia with Love, Red
shoes.
Grant. Like,
Yeah.
oh God,
He
yeah,
looks a lot different in that movie.
1962 compared to 1978, and he's been around
Yep.
since the 40s, acting around the time as Marlon.
You know what's interesting? That entire monologue, the USS Indianapolis monologue, I'm pretty sure that's one continuous take. I don't think they changed the camera at all. And for him to have to roll, that's got to be 3-4 minutes minimum, right? Of him going through that and just building the tension, hitting the beats and the signposts so perfectly. You're
That's his
riveted during that scene.
stage presence. He was before getting into TV and movies, he did a lot of stage plays in Britain, so he's got that range. And I mean, if you really look at it, like a lot of these actors at that time, they all did like stage plays and like built on the craft before getting into film or TV shows, and it shows. You know, the method acting, as they call it now.
For sure. For sure.
Let's roll into it. Jaws is probably the first
It is,
major summer
actually.
blockbuster.
It is the first. It's widely considered to be the first summer blockbuster. I went down this rabbit hole a little bit. So until Jaws, the summer season was largely like a throwaway season
Really?
for studios. Like they'd do a lot of second run stuff, a lot of re-releases, and like smaller movies, you know, hoping that maybe it would catch an audience. And part of this starts with the start of theaters. Because when movie theaters started, they were not air conditioned. They weren't the summer escape that they are now. Like a large part of why people love movies in the summer is it's free AC.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Or a bonus AC, I guess is the better term. But so without air conditioning in movie theaters and all those people packed inside, it was hotter in a movie theater than it was outside. So you didn't get a lot of that. And then 1925, the first air conditioner goes in a movie theater. And then it, gradual spread. But even then, it's still like they're still not invested in summer. And it really takes a movie like Jaws to break out of it.
Yeah.
they weren't even using the term blockbuster, let alone a summer blockbuster, until the
Okay.
40s.
Okay.
And when they started to use the term blockbuster in connection to like war movies to try to tie it to the actual war, it's believed that a movie called Bombardier is the first time they used blockbuster in reference to a movie, and it's really just more in terms of blowing things up than the movie itself blowing up.
The vocabulary difference from then till now. But oh yeah, we're gonna make a movie. We're gonna call it Bombardier.
Yep.
It's gonna make $1.
But then,
Like today, it'd be like Big Boom guy.
but then I
Mhm.
wonder about
Mhm.
movies like The Towering Inferno,
But-
which were released like in August or September. Wouldn't that be considered like a summer blockbuster though at that time? Wow.
I mean, not really. I mean, even when you get to the summer blockbuster season, like for a good part of my life, August was kind of a throwaway month. They front loaded the summer. Like you'd have like basically from the beginning of May through the end of July, it would be big studio picture, big studio picture, big studio, big, big, big. And then August, like you'd get Jay
That's
and
not
Silent
bad.
Bob Strike Back kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Like stuff, but like not stuff that's gonna make $100 million, but like stuff that might find an audience and be a breakout sleeper kind of hit.
Mhm.
But Jaws changed all that in '75, and it really helps that it's based on the Peter Benchley novel, and that was a hit.
That helps.
So, you got Universal producing this movie. They give it $100 million, or it makes $100 million rather. It's the first movie to go over $100 million at the box office. They put $700,000 into the ad campaign.
Wow.
Like, so it's really the first time they invest in this, and it really becomes a model for what summer movies would become. You get the monster, the big action pieces, the star-studded cast. That all becomes the hallmark of the summer blockbuster.
And it's something they
That's
just
super cool.
oh,
This
sorry.
is-
I was going to
Nope,
say it's
go.
something that they've just followed along. I mean, everything that's come out from the summer since then has been like a cookie cutter. I mean, different premises and stuff, but it's always the same roadmap.
Yeah, because it works. I mean, you're not going to reinvent the wheel. If you have a formula that's going to make you in 1975, $100 million to now whatever these big blockbuster movies make, $300-400 million, which is a lot of times the tip of the iceberg anyway. What it makes in the U.S. is only like a small percentage of what stuff is making worldwide now.
Fair.
It's pretty cool. What's your favorite summer blockbuster of all time, John?
Oh, we'll get to that later. We will
Oh,
get
we're
to
doing
that
that
later.
later?
See,
Why is it next on the list?
Mhm.
I
What you guys?
Oh, I see.
What
This
is
is a
you
hard one
guys'
because
favorite?
I don't know when did Mortal
95.
Kombat come out? Because that has a summer blockbuster vibe. Yeah, but like what time of year? I know the sun was shining. I don't know if I was
No,
wearing a
it's a
t-shirt when I
parka.
went to see that movie though. See, does this have to be a movie I saw in the theaters
No,
as a
not
summer
necessarily.
blockbuster for it to count?
No.
Because like Rocky 2 is a summer blockbuster, for example.
Oh yes.
Independence Day is a summer blockbuster, but that was a phenomenon when that came out, which is wild. It's so ridiculous now to
Mhm.
think of how big that movie was.
It was in that period of time where you had a hit movie if you did a lot of explosions and you blew up a major world landmark.
Yeah,
People were
people
in.
loved it, and they blew up like all of them in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of hard because I kind of want to go like E.T. maybe. I'm pretty sure that's a summer
Yep.
blockbuster. It's another Spielberg one though. I'm shilling Spielberg.
It's hard
I
not
might
to
go
because
with
it's really
Rocky 2.
you know, the summer blockbuster really did become a big Spielberg place.
Yeah.
And eventually he
I'm
doesn't
gonna go
even really
Rocky.
have to he doesn't have to follow those rules even. Like E.T. doesn't
No.
follow like the major super special effects, the explosions, the stars. You know, for a
Knows
summer
the government's
blockbuster,
here.
E.T.'s kind of quaint.
Yep. Yep. Very much so. The only real action, well, you get some actiony stuff leading in, but it's more foreboding and tension building, and the action comes after like the flower reawakens, and that's when it gets kind of hype. I'm gonna go with Rocky 2 though. I love that win-win moment and stuff, and I've seen that movie probably 100 times, and I could watch it right now and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of my favorite. I love Rocky 1 too, but Rocky 2 is like the blockbuster. It's got the vibe. He wins in that one. You leave the theater wanting to beat the hell out of everybody after Rocky 2 and Rocky 4.
Yeah. And 3.
3, I didn't get the same like kind of vibe of him taking out Mr. T because he's fighting himself in Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Clubber Lang is
No,
a
he
secondary
is.
antagonist.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's his own villain in 3.
The stardom got to Rock.
It's the Risons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Clubber Lang is just taking advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ryan.
So
what's
I
your
was thinking,
favorite summer blockbuster,
I'm
Ryan?
thinking about
world
it,
wants
and
to know.
I'm don't want to spoil my list because I have 2 lists planned, just in case Plan A doesn't work. I have a Plan B, which is also summer blockbusters. I can't say Plan A because of Slash and Stash, but
You're so scared
am
of
scared
the
of the game.
game now. By the way, you shouldn't even be on this episode, sir. You
But there's a
slashed
multiverse.
Jaws. Jaws doesn't even
This is a
exist to
multiverse,
you
so
anymore.
I'm from another universe who watched Jaws.
No,
Portals.
no. This is a single verse. This is a
He's turned into a
universe, in
voice.
fact.
Love you. It's just me and my smoochies. Nothing.
But if I have to say the one blockbuster that actually means a lot to me, which I got to experience was Spider-Man back in 2002.
Oh, good
It's just like
call,
the hype
dude.
I was in. Was it 2002? Yeah, 2002.
It's also very New York, and a blockbuster is a very New York thing too.
Oh.
It's not centered in New York per se, but it's something New
It was
York
the
truly
hype. It was the
appreciates.
build-up. It was like, this is our hero. It's New York's hero. You know, you see the commercials. You got Tobey Maguire, Willem
Yeah.
Dafoe. Like, it hit everywhere right, and they did the
Mhm.
story right. And it's Sam Raimi. You can't go wrong. In my opinion, we all like Sam Raimi here.
All right.
No, it's
yeah.
a good choice because I was hoping nobody would say any of the Avengers. I know this crew is not going to say an Avengers movie, but Spider-Man's in a different realm.
Agreed.
Tobey Maguire
It's-
Spider-Man's a different thing.
It's like Tim Burton's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's like its own thing.
Yep.
Even, up to Batman Forever.
Yeah.
But that leads to, we're talking
Yeah.
about Sam Raimi and stuff, but we got a special director with Jaws who we've mentioned, and that's Steven Spielberg. And Steven Spielberg has had such a long history. Directed Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade, E.T., third Encounter of the Close Kind.
Oof. You have a
I'm
stroke? Somebody call the cops.
I think that's the triple X version.
That might be.
Close Encounters
That's
to the
the
third kind. There we
Skinamax.
go.
Yeah, you
There
like
you go.
flip that. What is the Nicki? Is it Nicki Minaj? No, it's the one before her. Flip it
Third
and
Encounters,
reverse
the
it,
close
whatever
kind.
it is. Wow, I didn't even see that coming. Usually I
But
can predict them.
He's had so many Schindler's List. I
Wowzers.
mean, you can go on and on and on. I mean, the question is though, what is his best movie? His best movie.
His best movie? That's a hard question because they're all.
All right, if you
I
had to
don't
be on a
know.
desert island,
I don't
one
know.
Steven
mean-
Spielberg movie, what would it be?
I gotta tell you, um, Super 8 is one of my favorite Spielberg movies. Nobody's ever seen it. It's such a Spielberg movie. It's got the cute button nosed kid. It's got the alien, but this alien is not like E.T. This alien's gonna wreck your face. I like that alien. He was like, I don't want the smoke, but if you bring it, I'm bringing it back. That thing was cool.
Like I'm super glad that someone like Spielberg made Super 8 because otherwise it would have been a Cloverfield movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It had Cloverfield vibes, the monster. That's a really hard question. If I'm going to go with my favorite Spielberg movie, I might have to go with Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But I mean, E.T., Jaws, Close Encounters. Has he ever done a true horror movie?
He produced Poltergeist. I would say
Jaws
Jaws.
counts,
Jaws
but-
is really horror.
Jaws is the only one.
Yeah.
That's a hard question. He's the tough one to pin down to one movie. He's a vibe.
And yeah, because there's like, I wouldn't say stuff you forget that he did, but stuff that's like, oh yeah, that was Spielberg too. Like nobody said Raiders.
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. They, there's just
There are
so
people
many.
who
I
will
think
fight me for that.
I think I'd say Jaws because Jaws is the one I watched the most.
I mean, that's a respectable answer. It's groundbreaking. 1941, Always, 1989, with Richard Dreyfuss. Always is such a good movie. I did not know that was Spielberg. Always is the one where he dies and comes back to haunt Holly Hunter, his wife, while she's got a new boyfriend.
So before you go too much further down
Yes.
this, do you want to play a game?
Yeah, I want to watch Steven Spielberg movies all night. I'm done with the episode.
Because we've just tied right into the game. I'm not going to make you guess because I think we
This is Spielberg
all
movies?
three know what we're going to do. It is Spielberg movies.
Are they going to be bad ones like Warhorse?
Oh no, absolutely not. We're
my
gonna start you off with Hook.
And so we can't even get an extra. Okay.
Nope, no extras. It's -3/5.
Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell
So-
made me like not understand
this-
why I was so into Tinkerbell at 12 years old.
This is why I have a plan B, because if I slash any, then I have to remove. And I'm stashing Hook because it's on my list. I love Hook. Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts. Oh, I'm forgetting Smee. Bob Hoskins. Yep. I mean, you got
Bob
a stellar
Hoskins?
cast. It's a great story. The idea of like Peter growing up, he forgets and then he remembers in order to be with his family and enjoy his family. It just, as a kid, that meant a lot. And it's just such a good film.
It is phenomenal.
For all you evil
I'm
men.
slashing it. It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. It's such a good movie. And if you think of even just the transition scenes, the way they do Wendy in this, old Wendy and stuff, there's like a magic to it. Robin Williams crushes this movie. I have to because we're talking Spielberg and we only get 3.
Oh, I'm very picky.
Bro.
But
I only get
what's crazy?
I only get 3.
See, to me, this is the easiest
Why?
slash. I don't like Hook. I appreciate the filmmaking.
yes,
I don't
yes.
like Robin Williams.
Oh,
just,
I forgot that
he
that's
just
like
doesn't
your fatal
move me.
flaw as a person.
He just
Doesn't-
doesn't do anything for me.
You didn't see Dead Poets Society?
It's fine.
I did. It's
didn't like
fine. It's
That-
fine.
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts
but,
my
like,
soul.
Like it's not something I need to watch again. I mean, listen, if you go some of these routes, I'm gonna hurt your soul a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to go down this path. Good Morning Vietnam.
Well,
you can hate
I-
that one.
I'm planning
Yeah, I
on
don't
2
like that
being
one
on
either.
here that I'm not slashing.
Time.
All
Okay.
right,
Oh, it will
well,
be.
we'll see. We'll see. Movie number 2 is Minority
I
Report.
loved this movie too. This was a great watch. Was
Yes.
this a summer blockbuster?
Yes, it was.
I believe
This
it
was
was
supposed to be the sequel to Blade
I
Runner,
liked this.
supposedly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really see. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
really
they
see
changed
that
the
in
script.
Minority Report, but
I would have thought Spielberg was like Vanilla Sky over Minority Report. I didn't realize he did this movie either. I watched this with my
It's a
best
great
friend
film.
and we loved it. We're kids. Yeah, it was good. The precog aspect and everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Slash.
go with that too. I'm gonna slash Minority Report. It's got a again great premise, like betrayal and like right. I'm thinking the same thing. He gets framed and all that. Okay,
Mhm.
it's really gonna it's
Yeah.
like Tom Cruise in 2002. So it's like right during this time he had this. He had Mission Impossible 2. Like he was the action star.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, I mean, and this is by the point where anything Spielberg puts out is going to be released in the summer because
Yep.
his name is a draw.
Right.
So, all right, movie
Tom
number
Cruise
3.
and Spielberg on the same marquee. It's kind of
Right.
stupid.
There it is.
Stash.
There's E.T.
Stashing it. My first
Stashing it.
stash. You can see the moon's little butthole right there. What a good angle.
You might. I
Struggling there, aren't you?
Yeah, because
No,
he
no.
already because
I'm
he had
not-
to have Hook.
I'm not.
See,
Yeah,
told
Listen,
you this was gonna happen.
I love Hook. I'm gonna hold that. That's my childhood. This is my childhood too. But there's
'Cause you're-
damn straight.
He's a hooker.
But there's two movies like I don't want to slash, and you might put them on because they are very popular for Spielberg, especially during the '80s. But you know what? I'm gonna take the chance, and I am gonna stash E.T. Stash. This movie This was one of the first films. I don't talk about it a lot. When I was a kid, that I watched over 50 times. I had it on VHS. I ran it dry, and the ending always gets me when he's like dying. And as a kid, it's traumatizing. Like I was
Mhm.
4 years
Very
old when I watched it, and I was
traumatizing.
like, "What are we doing?" But I fell in love with Reese's Pieces. I do the finger thing, the ET phone home. Whoa, whoa,
Mhm.
whoa.
Wait,
Reese's
what
Pieces.
what did you just call the candy?
Yeah,
What?
Reese's
I don't think I've
Pieces.
ever heard
Yeah.
it pronounced that way.
I used
I've
to say
heard
that as a
Reese's
little
before.
kid. I used to
I
say that
so
as a
well,
little kid, like Reese's Pieces. But
Reese's
I say
Pieces.
Reese's
It doesn't roll off the
Pieces.
tongue.
Yeah.
Pieces.
Well, I mean, once you change the pronunciation to Pieces, it's a real easy step to go to feces.
That's true. That is a risk
Do you,
he's
do you
willing
really
to take.
want to?
John.
Yeah, all right. Reese's Pieces. Feces. All right.
Wild stuff.
E.T. I'll tell you this. E.T. is probably the movie I've seen the
Really?
most in theaters. I think the summer this came out, I saw
You
it
loved
maybe
it
8
that
or 9
much.
times in theaters.
Well, no, I mean, it's E.T.
Well, that and there weren't a lot of movies my parents would let me go see. So I was like 10. Maybe
What was
a
it?
little
$3?
older. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, nothing.
Yep. All right. Movie
Wow.
number 4. Jurassic Park. Good night, Ryan.
So, out of fairness,
oh, here comes the
fairness,
justification.
I never
Here
watched
comes
this
the
until like
justification.
3-4 years ago. This like my uncle had
What?
tape.
What?
They tried having me
What the
watch
hell
it as
are
a
you
kid.
talking
I
about?
never got into it
How?
until later on in life.
Where's the mute button?
Yeah, I was ready to kick him.
What at that time,
The-
Leon the
the-
Professional.
So, like, when people are like humming the score for this movie for 6 years after it
Well,
launched,
yeah, I know the music.
you're just
I
like,
know the
"Oh,
music.
I
I
really
just
like
never saw
that
the
song."
film.
Hold on. Did you see any of the sequels before you
Yes,
saw
I saw
Jurassic
The Lost
Park?
World beforehand on TV, TNT.
Oh.
You know what's funny
Yes,
is
it
Lost
is.
World is Spielberg too, which is wild. That
You don't like-
sucks. That movie was
I thought it
terrible.
wasn't better than the.
No, I didn't like the Lost. The
But
book,
The
The
Lost
Lost
World-
World's pretty good,
But The
but
Lost
not
World is
anything
better than
compared
the
to
third
Jurassic
one.
Park. The third one is just hot garbage. It's a money
Yeah.
grab. I can't believe Sam Neill did that movie.
We're all agreeing on that, but I am slashing Jurassic Park.
Sam Neill needs money too.
I'm gonna have to stash Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was it's another genre
But you
making
read the book
movie
too, right?
Yeah.
I read Jurassic Park in 4th grade. 4th grade. I helped a friend landscape Michael
That's
Crichton's
cool.
yard once because
Did you
he
get an
needed help
autograph?
so we could go out drinking. No. He was not available to me as the yard slave for things as such, but his house was enormous. He lives right
Let's do it.
around Kisco.
Mm-hmm.
You're down the road. He died of cancer
Never mind.
about like 8 years after that. Yep,
Tim Curry's
he's
still
gone.
Dig him up.
Tim Curry's still alive. But Crichton wrote a lot of really good books that people don't realize Crichton wrote. A lot of books that would have made great movies too. Terminal Man would have been really good. I mean, they made Congo into the worst movie I've ever seen. Congo was a decent read. So anyway, but we can go Crichton forever. But yeah, Jurassic Park was Jurassic freaking Park, Ryan.
Yeah. Jeez, Ryan.
You
All
knew
right,
this was
movie
gonna
number
happen.
5.
As soon as he picked Hook, you got so giddy, John.
Yep. Oh, I'm ecstatic that he picked Hook, because I know what the last 4 movies are. I mean, I'm kind of ecstatic that you're down to where you are too. But all right, movie number
Yeah.
5. It's Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I'm waiting for the.
Third Encounters of the Close Kind.
Slash it. I've never seen it.
Oh man.
I'm stashing it. I know
What?
that I know I'm gonna regret this. Yeah, you were
Hold on,
making
first off,
enemies
I've
on
watched
this
Jurassic
episode.
Park, so that's
Oh
fair.
my-
I got a long summer ahead of me.
It doesn't count now. You watch Jurassic Park with like your AARP friggin' discount. That does not count.
The first time I saw Jurassic Park, I had lived on the planet for 3 decades.
Holy crow.
I mean, I did too, but it didn't come out
It was
until
in
I was in
4K
my
at
3rd
least.
decade.
Close Encounters
No,
is what,
No.
80s?
82?
No, it's
Oh.
80s?
82, I think.
Is it 80s? This movie ran
Yeah.
on daytime television like crazy. This was a matinee movie all over the place.
No, this was not the 80s, was it?
I thought it was 80s. What am I? Cocoon.
77.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
of Cocoon.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was also the
Yeah.
70s, wasn't it?
No, Cocoon was
It
the
was
80s.
Wilford Brimley. It does
I've
have
seen
Cocoon
Cocoon.
vibes because of the
Is that fair?
cast.
I've
Of
seen
course
Cocoon.
you did.
Cocoon.
You want to baffle ladies, that's why, you
Cocoon.
weirdo. I'm so mad at you tonight. I want to say
Oh my
hurtful things to
gosh.
you until I go to sleep. I'm going to be upset that
Alright.
I have to cut a couple movies coming up, but I can never cut Close Encounters of the Third Kind. If you've not
Yeah.
seen this movie, this isn't on the level of Pan's Labyrinth, like that you need to see this to experience what you're going to experience. But you're going to love this movie, Ryan.
No, I think you do need to see this. I think
it's
this,
one of
you
those.
need to see
It's
this
one of
as
those
much
films.
as
I
Pan.
feel
Yeah.
like going through film school, it was always mentioned. It is one of those films that you have to watch. It is for Spielberg.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just doing cinematography and stuff, absolutely, this
Mhm.
movie's a masterclass.
This scared me
Why?
more as a kid than Jaws. did.
Really?
So
There are scary scenes in this.
and it's also, you guys are too young to have lived through this. But when I was from 5 to 10, there were a ton of UFO sightings in the Hudson
Oh yeah, that's
Valley.
iconic. The iconic
Yeah.
UFO thing was a
All
major
up
issue.
up and down Route 6,
Yeah.
all over the place, to the point where it might have been 770. It was one of the AM stations did a UFO report nightly. So anything with UFOs scared the crap out of me then.
Yeah. Yeah, they it's almost 100% that those were
Do you think they
gliders,
were?
by the way.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
super light gliders that were on the ones that went down to Poughkeepsie from basically friggin' Hudson, New York, all the way down to Poughkeepsie. It's a crazy concept.
up and down the Taconic, up and down the river, like everywhere.
To quote the X-Files, the truth is out there.
Everywhere.
They were scoping. They were getting the
Yep.
topography down. It's the Chinese. We all
All
knew
right.
it.
So
Damn
we're
China.
through 5
All
movies.
right, let's move on before it gets a little too anti-Chinese over here. You know what I mean?
Kearns, you're slashing everything left. Ryan, you get to stash one of these.
Oh yeah.
Movie number
That's right. He
6.
slashed Close Encounters because he's a swine.
Saving Private Ryan.
You know what though? I probably ripped through an entire pack of Parliament full flavors watching this movie in my bedroom on VHS back in the day, and I mean, I'm good.
You had the
This was a
you had the
great
double
movie,
the
but
double
I'm good.
VHS, right? No.
Did it come doubled?
My-
I don't think Saving Private
Yeah,
Ryan
this
came
was.
with
I
Yes.
think this was a
Right.
double disc,
Yep.
a double tape,
Just
rather.
a double VHS. This
I
might have
think
been
it was,
DVD
yeah.
era, actually.
My uncle.
I might have had a DVD player
No,
by then.
I definitely had the VHS.
Yeah, my uncle pre-ordered it and picked it up from Suncoast Video, and it was nice. The packaging was nice, and watching it, I was like 8 years old. It's rough movie. I was like I would
Oh,
like
yeah,
spot
it's
like
tough
run
watching it.
like I'd run
Oh,
in and
yeah.
stuff. Well, my uncle was a history buff. He still is, and it was like big World War II. Realistic. Spielberg's doing it, and in his mind,
Mhm.
he's like, "I've seen Spielberg films. How bad is it?" And then you're seeing people getting blown up, and Vin Diesel giving the letter out, and it's like, what are we watching here? He wasn't doing it for family though, but I gotta slash it
Mhm.
on this one. No,
Out of choice,
Um,
not out of
yeah.
being forced, by the way.
no,
Just like-
no,
Because he hates
There's-
America.
There's one movie on
Yep.
here
Yeah,
that represents Americana
yeah.
and the saving of artifacts and all that, and I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that film.
He's waiting for Indiana Drones. Let's see if it comes up.
Oh yeah, let's see if you're rewarded for waiting. Movie number 7, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
There
Stash.
it is. Raiders of the
Stash.
Lost Ark. I mean, this is a tough
I-
one to not stash.
I talked
but
to Jada about this because we discussed which one's the best. She loves Last Crusade. I love Raiders more, just because it's just the old style serials from the 30s and the chapters. It's really that.
yeah.
And Last Crusade does a great job, but it's more family friendly, I would say, in that era. It's the first PG-13 movie. They were taking a little chances. They were trying to make him more pulp. While Raiders is like, Indy's like somewhat of an anti-hero. Like he leaves Marion, he's globetrotting, It's just more dark. It's much more darker compared to like Last Crusade. But don't get me into Temple of Doom, because Chilled Monkey Brains, definitely on my list to try.
Kalima.
Really?
No,
Definitely.
No, not Chilled.
there's no way he would eat that. And that's also a great way to get prions.
It's true.
Yeah.
So what's number one?
You don't want.
Which means both
We
of
both
you,
cut.
heartless, horrible, awful human beings, have slashed Schindler's List.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I'm fine. I'm okay with this. This isn't exactly
You
the feel-good
are-
movie of the year.
Horrible human beings.
No,
Are we?
I'm okay.
Horrible.
You could put this with the pianist
Horrible.
and Life is
Pianist.
What?
Beautiful and the pianist.
Listen, is it worse than Jerry Seinfeld making out while watching Schindler's List? All right.
No, I don't think there's much worse than that.
Right.
But I enjoy those movies and whatnot, but I mean, and they're powerful, and I'm glad we have them so we can watch them and observe the horror and whatnot. But I'm okay with
Terrible
taking
human beings.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind means more to me than Schindler's List.
So
Terrible
I would-
human beings. That said, I would have slashed Schindler's too.
yeah,
It's a great movie, but I can't watch it again.
that's the
Like,
thing.
how
is
many
her-
times are you ever gonna sit and be able to watch that? You have to be in You have to be in a place.
Exactly. When I'm in that place, I like rewatch Chernobyl and stuff because watching the Russians all hurt themselves with nuclear fallout's way easier to
You
stomach
know,
than the Holocaust.
on
And
a
even that's
Schindler's
tough to get
List
through.
side note, I just recently read Night by Eli Wiesel, and the horrors he went through at the concentration camps. And while I was reading it, I saw a lot of similarities with Schindler's List and the story in that, and it was kind of interesting, and it made me wonder if Eli was a part of that, because there was Allie. It is Allie.
It's
I'm
Ellie, by
sorry.
the way. I'm going to stop you before
Sorry,
all the hate
it's
mail comes in.
Allie.
It's okay.
Allie. I
It's
know.
common. It's a common thing. He's an absolute G though. He spoke at Salem.
Mhm.
They unveiled the monument for the witch trials, and he gave some words, and they were like, "Why are you here?
Mhm.
Like, this is nothing compared to what you dealt with." And he said, "Every time a human being dies due to ignorance, somebody should erect a monument and speak words."
He is.
I was like, "Okay, you're awesome." Remember that Ponzi
Yeah,
scheme
Madoff.
guy? What is it, Madoff? He robbed Ellie Wiesel.
Yeah.
Ellie Wiesel was part of the Ponzi scheme.
Bernie Madoff.
I have a letter from
Oh.
him.
No way, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I wrote to him in middle school
Oh, that's
after
awesome.
night as part of a school assignment.
No, Ryan
And he
said
wrote
Bernie
back.
Madoff, and you said yeah twice, and I was like, of course you wrote to him in middle school. Like, wanna
I
steal
wrote to
money from
Bernie
poor
Madoff.
people. What did
Yeah,
Ellie
and
say to
Bernie-
you?
Oh man, it was just like answering a
cool.
couple of the questions I had, and like I was really confused by how forgiving he was.
He became something different. If you read Dawn,
Oh, there's a
the
follow.
follow-up novel, he predicts
Mhm.
he predicts things that are occurring right now, which I'm going to keep my mouth shut about because it's not the time or the
will-
place. But yeah, he predicts that they will become the
I will
thing
read
that tried
Dawn.
to eradicate them,
I didn't know he made a sequel.
essentially.
That's cool.
I
He's
think
such a good writer.
I think there's another one too.
There might be.
I think he might have done Day maybe.
That might be
I think
that
he's
might
just-
be the name of it. It might not be Dawn.
No, I think there was I feel like there's 3.
But he had a hard time when he was in Israel. He had a very hard time because it became very like Gestapo-y. They were very. There was a lot of. I mean, consider the fear that was going on and how they had to steel themselves against everybody who hated that they were there now, and they turned all that inward on each other as well. It got real spooky.
Yep. And a lot of their they talk about a lot of those guys running off to Brazil and Argentina. A
Yes,
whole
they did.
bunch of them went to Egypt too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they organized a lot of the anti-Israel
They
stuff
spread it.
within
They
the Middle
spread
East.
like the plague. It was bad.
Yeah. There's a
We
there's a
stole
book
ton
about one of them.
We got
I
all the
can't
smart ones.
remember. Yeah, yeah. We took all the smart, largely non-genocidal ones.
We took some of the genocidal smart ones too.
We took some of
Yeah.
those too, but yeah.
We learned a lot. Like I think CRISPR came directly from research derived from that time period. Like we'll take Heinrich. Did you know what he
Is
did?
that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him.
But he can make this fly faster.
Yeah, exactly. Then rockets too. We can thank Hitler for rockets, which nothing bad has ever come from the fact that we have rockets now.
No.
World War II is the jet engine. The leap from World War I to World War II is absolutely shocking with technology. And it's really largely not just Einstein. Everybody thinks it was just Einstein, but the other world-class physicists at the time, the amount of just exploding knowledge was stupid.
Yeah.
It's kind of
And like you think about those dramatic things like A-bombs and stuff, but just
What about-
planes,
plain radar.
What about boats?
radar.
Boats
They-
became much
There
bigger.
was a huge advancement in the those years in between wars too.
naval warfare,
I mean-
big time.
Yeah, and then by World War II, you get, the first naval battle where the ships don't ever see each other.
Yeah, they're shooting such large distances.
Yeah, and with planes and you go from we have to be pretty close to each other shooting these cannons and hopefully we hit to, we'll never even see this ship, but our pilots will.
Well, the battleship was the thing that people thought was the symbol of naval superiority. That's why they made Bismarck, and that's why the Japanese made Yamato. But it was the aircraft carriers that were the big
Yep.
G's, and submarines. But they figured out how to get
Yep.
rid of those pretty well.
Yeah.
But a sub could
So-
still wreck your day. Yeah, we should get back to the men.
Well,
going
we
into
can
the
we can
water.
tie
That's
this
really-
we can tie this right back into Jaws. As our
Bow-legged women.
three
Oh.
hero bow-legged women loving
Mrs. Brody.
heroes are tracking Jaws on the open water. Quint tells the story of the USS Indianapolis. And he takes some liberties with the story for sure.
Yes, he does.
Because it's not believed that the sharks played as significant a role in the deaths as Quint makes it seem. But so anyway, the USS Indianapolis is a
Every
US
6
Navy
an hour.
That was really good.
heavy cruiser. It's the it was.
Yeah, 6 an hour.
Yeah.
24 hours
So-
a day. He's really good at math for a drunk guy on a
That's
boat
like-
that just fishes
Mhm.
for the rest of his life. Sorry, John's in the middle of telling. John's in the middle
okay.
of like giving
It's
real
okay.
information.
It's okay.
John,
So the Indianapolis is
the
the
monologue.
flagship of the Fifth Fleet under Admiral Spruance. And in July of 1945, it's sent on a top secret mission. We know what that top secret mission is now. It's delivering the
Liberty
first
bomb.
atomic bomb to Tinian that is then going to be loaded onto the Enola Gay and go and annihilate Hiroshima. But the mission is so secret, the crew didn't even know what they're doing. They just knew it was important and top secret. They didn't know what was on the ship.
Should
They
go
could
down
very
in 6 minutes.
few. Yeah, he's close.
Nobody knows. This
Um,
mission was such a secret. Nobody knew we're in the water. All right.
Yeah,
Now I've got
but
an
it-
accent.
yeah.
I got to stop now.
But it's so
Segued into making him
heart-wrenching
something else.
how he explains it, though.
So
And you feel.
Well, every element of this story is that so because it's such a secret mission, its route isn't on file. So they successfully get to Tinian, they offload the bomb, obviously, or else history would be kind of different. And then they're returning. And it was standard US Navy policy in that time to zigzag because Japanese submarines had become such a threat. Their Navy, Air Force are kind of decimated by that point, except for submarines. That was the big risk. So they were supposed to sail in zigzags. The Indianapolis may not have been, and in later testimony, the admiral of the Japanese submarine would say it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh,
But anyway, on July 30th, the submarine torpedoes the Indianapolis, and within 12 minutes, the Indianapolis sunk.
and just to let their listeners know, if you don't know anything about naval stuff, that is a catastrophic hit. That is the worst. Because if you've ever been inside of a ship and seen what it takes to move through the corridors, the doorways, and get yourself up to the actual deck, you're immediately losing 3/4 of your men.
So, and that's the beginning of an amazing part of this story. There's 1,200 men on board. 900 hit the water
Oh,
alive.
that's good.
Yeah, it's amazing that 900 got off in 12 minutes. But, during the course of the first night they're in the water, 100 of them die from their injuries from the explosion. Then they're not missed. Yeah, you have 800, and it's 4 days before they're missed.
4 days before they're missed, just so everybody's
Yeah.
hearing that properly.
Yes. Nobody misses them because secret missions, secret plans. On August 2nd, there's a little bit of like, I thought this was supposed to be here. And then also on the 2nd, they're not even looking for the ship, but there's a random patrol flight. And even more randomly, the guy has an antenna problem. The pilot has an antenna problem, puts the plane on autopilot, goes to fix the antenna, happens to look down and see a giant oil slick with things floating in the water around the oil slick. And he gets closer and realizes those are people in the oil slick.
So, you guys know there's a feud between Quint and Richard Dreyfuss's character, Cooper.
Hooper.
Yes.
Hooper.
Hooper. So, besides that feud on screen, there's actually a behind-the-scenes feud between both actors, Robert Shaw and Richard Dreyfuss.
I didn't know that.
It was all about acting.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, Robert Shaw, very professional, stage presence. He's a method actor. Richard Dreyfuss is like that new style actor. He was like, he didn't follow the script. He was adding lines. He was improvising. And for Robert Shaw, who's so stern about the lines and everything, just couldn't hack it. So they'd actually like play pranks on each other, and like everyone thought they were like really feuding. Like it got crazy at one point when Richard Dreyfuss threw his Robert Shaw's bourbon off the boat. Yeah, I think it's a bottle. It was either a bottle or a glass of bourbon he just poured, and he just tossed it over. And like they would just go back and forth. And it turned out actually, years later, Richard Dreyfuss did an interview that they actually did get along later on. They had a talk and stuff, but it was just like to keep everything up in arms, to keep the tension running.
And
it was his own version. Yep.
That's a good idea.
And it's actually a play too called The Shark is Broken.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, and really on screen, the only time they get along is when they're both hammered.
Yes.
You know, they are sort of like the embodiment of the conflict between tradition and science. You know, Quint wants to hunt the shark the way he hunts sharks, and you know, Hooper wants to, go in the cage and inject it with poison and, learn about sharks and stuff, and Quint just wants to kill him.
Yep.
Science versus savagery.
Yeah. Or a
Which is
tradition.
acting.
It's tradition.
Ooh.
Like, Quint is a traditional fisherman and Hooper's a scientist.
Yeah, new
Just
guard
like
versus
Robert
old
Shaw.
guard. But you see that Quint gains respect for Hooper's character a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he'll never say it out loud. And then we talked a little bit about this, Ryan, today. The way you see them both working on the engine and stuff like that, and putting, grabbing the tools. Hooper can do everything Quint can do,
Mm-hmm.
tie the knots and do all the things, but he's got to earn Quint's respect.
Yep. And he kind of does that working on the engine, and he kind of does that keeping up with him drinking, and then with their little scar comparison, this one moray eel, and this one this, and this from the Indianapolis. And then the best part of that scene is Brody in the background just lifting his shirt to show his little wound from his police work. And you're like, oh, he's got them both beat, but he's not even going to point it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a cool, great scene. The whole scene on the boat. And John mentioned, too, half the movie's on the friggin' boat. It's true. When you rewatch Jaws, you forget how quickly the beats roll by.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That boat scene is at least a good hour.
It's
the whole entire ending of the film.
I paused when they got on the boat. It was about an hour and 6 minutes into the movie. It's a 2 hour, 4 minute movie. So it's almost half of the movie is on that boat. Which is, the accomplishment itself, because they're really on the water. Like, that's not a set. They're really on a body of water.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
I was watching some of the behind the scenes stuff, and they're talking to Dreyfuss, and he's like, yeah, anytime there was another boat anywhere in the shot, we had to stop. And you'd have to stop for hours. Like, you'd see a little sail coming over the horizon, and you'd have to stop until that sail was gone, because they're supposed to be alone out in the sea.
Yeah, that's cool. So much good stuff with this movie. The trivia.
There is.
And then there's the hypothetical. And this is one I've thought about over the last few times I've watched Jaws. But is Jaws a slasher?
Yes.
We didn't even think about it.
I
Oh,
think you can make that case, and I'll lay that case out for you too.
Let's hear
But
it.
go ahead, Ryan.
No,
That-
I agree with you because we were talking about it earlier, and you mentioned it, and I don't want to steal your thunder. That's why I want you to take the reins. But I'll say it's very familiar to a 1978 classic directed by John Carpenter. And what we were talking about, especially how the opening with the point of view and how the beats are, it's exactly the same movie.
So let's start with that opening scene, right? You have two young people sneaking off to try to have a little romantic moment, whether it's in a room or in Jaws on a beach, and you get the beginning of that menacing music and the lurking unseen killer, very Michael Myers-y, right? And then she gets in the water and shark gets her. Michael Myers gets Judith. It's so then you get that. Another big thing in slashers often is the POV, the killer POV. You get that in Jaws. You get the shark POV. Stalking, primarily young, unwitting people. Like.
And that's the thing that they do with Jaws is that most of the victims are young people. You don't see him. I mean, you see the guy gets it in the cove, but and then presumably off camera, the other fisherman gets it from the shark as well.
Yep,
out on his boat. Is that his name? Ben?
Ben, not Ben Foster, but Ben. Ben
just,
something.
Just Ben.
Dover.
Dover.
Oh.
Yeah, you got it. Got it.
I feel like I'm at Moe's Tavern.
We can go on into tying this to Halloween too. I don't know if you guys remember Dr. Loomis's description of Michael Myers with his cold black eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Jaws.
Especially in the novel, that's how part of Benchley's description of the shark. But then Quint uses that too in the boat.
Black eyes,
Yep.
eyes.
You get
back white in his head.
The silhouettes and the glimpses of
teeth into
sharks
him,
lurking, like you do in Halloween and other things. Like oh, he's hiding behind the bushes. Oh, there's an outline of a shark or a fin.
Yep. Jaws was in the land shark.
You get.
We're just being so bad. Every time I do the Quint impression, I cut Brian up.
It's just so good.
You get this shark as the indestructible machine up until the very last minute, a la Michael Myers, a la Jason Voorhees. The unstoppable until the very last minute. You get the survivors clashing over their ideas of how to get through this. You have Brody and Hooper arguing with Mayor Vaughn about, you have to close the beaches. I can't close the beaches. We'll ruin the town. It's,
you're lining up to be a hot lunch.
So and you get the final girl. Because really, I mean,
it's true.
In this case, final guys, but you get the two survivors riding off into the sunset. Yeah, I think Jaws is
That's such a great way to end the movie. Such a great way to end the movie, by the way. Jaws with the barrels, they're kicking their way back. It's just good. I can't argue with you. It's everything you mentioned too. The beats. Even when you watch Jaws 3D and stuff, how they begin that movie is almost the same exact script. It's like the cookie cutters were in the cabinet. They just pulled them out. And you start out. Even to the throwback where I think the guy who catches it in the beginning of Jaws 3, they get the arm dropping. But in Jaws 1, it's just the scene where the guy on the boat, I think, catches it. And then you see the leg drop down to the bottom of the ocean.
Yep.
And that's when it's getting real slashery. That's when the gore starts to come out. Because before the gore is there, but they're only upping it a little bit at a time.
Yeah, it's a classy horror film. And like at that time, compared to like what a couple of years back, we have Black Christmas, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We already have that like gory imagery.
Mm-hmm.
And what Spielberg does is he utilizes nature, which talking about Halloween, it's like similar what they do in Halloween. It's like he's like a part of that world, which is Jaws, the shark. It's a part of the world. It's just natural, you know. And that's what makes the slasher
Yeah.
great. Is it's just a natural element, and it's just a part of the world.
Yep.
And I mean, if it was it's not the first movie of its kind to use these beats, though.
Yeah,
Jaws. It's
true.
not.
Mhm.
So Spielberg definitely took some cues from slashers to make this more scary.
I
Absolutely.
mean, I feel though, like if you think of the slashers that came out again, Black Christmas, Texas Chainsaw being like the two bigger ones at the start of the 70s, those beats are, I feel like, very different. I mean, with the idea of like the killer being in the house, it does a different slasher beat because you already know where they are.
So this
And it's
is
the
like,
same thing with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because with the beats, like, okay, you have the opening, you get the hitchhiker, and it's like slow in, but then once you're in the house, it changes because it's like you're not following the usual beats of a horror film because it's just so chaotic, because that's what um it's not the Sawyer family. Is it the Sawyer family, the original, right? Or am I thinking of the remake? It's the
The
Sawyer
Sawyer's,
family.
yeah.
The original one, the Sawyer family are just so chaotic with the chef and Leatherface and the hitchhiker and Grandpa that you don't know what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
So that's what makes them so different, and, I mean, Spielberg follows those beats, but he kinda sets that traditional slasher beat with it, which follows in Halloween and Friday the 13th, and even The Burning, which we'll be talking about next week. I want to name drop it, I like The Burning. Um but it just I feel like he set that tradition, and then it follows with Halloween again and the rest of the films.
Yeah.
very cool. So
Yeah.
Jaws is a slasher, everybody. All right, John, let's hear some reviews about this
All
slasher.
right. We got some. So we'll start with Rotten Tomatoes. Critics score 97%.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Audience score 98%.
Ooh, higher than the critics.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So here's a 5-star. So much was accomplished with this masterpiece. It pioneered the modern blockbuster, fully launched the stardom of Steven Spielberg, defined how tackling production struggles could build effective solutions, emphasized the effect of a good piece of theme music, and for me personally, it was the first film to genuinely deliver me a fearful cinematic experience.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, yeah,
Didn't see The Exorcist in the
um,
theater, I guess, but
yeah. I
that was a
mean,
scary movie.
oh, and then I have 2 half-star reviews.
How do you have a half star on Jaws?
Well,
How? I mean, we'll
first
find
off,
It's
out.
the review
first
from
this time, because this has come up a couple times with some of these really bad reviews. I looked into some histories. The first half-star review, this person gave Failure to Launch 5 stars, and the Jack Reacher
Oh,
movie 4 stars.
this
So
is what happens to me when I look at the people who reviewed my book poorly and I see what they love, and I'm just like, well, of course, you're an idiot.
mhm. So
There's been a few bad reviews in my books that I agreed with, though. But anyway, move on.
half-star, overrated, way with a lot of Y's at the end, too gory for a PG movie. I'm sorry with a lot more Y's at the end of sorry. Do not show to your kids. The characters were pretty bland too. Didn't care about any of them. I don't even remember their names.
Aw. You don't remember about Mikey?
You
Little
don't
Mikey
remember.
and playing in the
you don't
sand.
remember-
Little brothers on the boat going into shop.
Listen, combine their 16 letters in the main characters' names, right? Quint, Brody, and Hooper. Like, that's not that much to
There you
remember,
go.
bud. This feels like it's a you problem. And
Big time.
another half star.
Pretty good quick math right there, John, by the
Yeah.
way.
Another
Impressive
half
stuff.
star for you. This person gave multiple Saw movies 5 stars and not the first one.
What was
And
the first one?
He had the first one 4, and like 2, 3, and 4 got 5 stars from this guy.
I hate that
And
these people,
also,
their votes count as much as mine.
one of the Twilight movies got 4.5 stars from this person. And it's a
Nice.
very similar review. Super overrated. I can't give it a 0, so it gets a half. Would not recommend by any means.
We have to call the herd. I think this is proof.
Yeah.
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 But I'm going to say this before we get into our own. I think we're fighting a losing battle here with some of these movies, because if Jaws was made today, it'd be an hour. It would either be almost 3 hours, or it would be about an hour and 40 minutes, and it would be bam, bam, bam.
Yep.
You wouldn't get
Yeah,
the
that's why-
development. You wouldn't get the
Yeah.
atmosphere. You wouldn't get any of the stuff that you get from Jaws. Okay.
That's why I'm glad it exists, because we need movies like this to remind people what makes good movies. Like we
Yep.
were just talking about Hokum from last week and stuff. The movie is a
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep. Like I said, it's good for what it is. It
Yeah.
travels fast. It doesn't develop much of anything. It does, does backstory, but it's nothing like Jaws. You don't feel the character.
No.
And that's fine for the movie Hokum. But I need Jaws to exist so we can make movies where you can build characterization. Jaws is genuinely still scary. I
Yes,
do
it is.
not like jumping off a boat in the ocean, period. Because of this
Yep.
movie.
Yep. So where do you guys land on Jaws?
I mean, 5 stars. Just gonna
Is
throw
this
you
a
right
is
at
this a
Blue
5
Star?
star,
It's a
or
5
does
for
this
me.
go to the Blue Star?
Are we actually going to start the Blue Star?
Yeah, I think we
could.
should. I think
Okay.
we should start the Blue Star.
5 stars.
Okay,
Because
fair
that's
enough.
the Blue Star thing's got to be like, it's not going to be like I have 6 Blue Star movies. It's got to be like I got 1, maybe 2 of those. Jaws is 5 stars for me. It is everything we've talked about this episode, so I don't have to beat a dead horse or whatever we say.
Yep. Ryan,
Second time
would you like to
watching
beat
it.
the dead horse?
Oh yeah, of
Beat up
course.
that horsey?
Second time watching it in my whole life.
What
It doesn't.
the
It
hell
doesn't.
is the matter with you?
What do you mean?
What are
I
you
watched
spending your time watching, sir?
Kurosawa film.
Twice?
I mean, that's respectable, but still, like,
Twice?
Sergio Leone.
I must have seen Jaws
Oh.
back when I had 13 channels. I must have seen Jaws,
There-
the TV cut, at least 25 times.
Yeah.
More for.
My dad had a ripped VHS copy from somewhere. We wore that out. I think this was the 3rd time I've watched it in a year. Because it's always my July 4th movie. And I saw it at the drive-in last fall.
Okay.
And so I've watched it 3 times in a year.
We watched E.T. and Jaws at the outdoor place in Cold Spring.
That's
the,
good.
The movies on the Hudson they do. What an
That's cool.
experience that was. That was super cool.
Absolutely. I love that experience. Jaws was such a fun movie to see that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty dope. Well, I'm gonna give it a Blue Star. That's my Blue Star, and I'm gonna say that because Spielberg.
You've seen the
E.T.
movie like once.
Yeah, but twice.
I'm
thank
posting
you.
up. We're taking away his star capabilities.
What?
Give it 5.
No,
a
hold
Blue
on.
Star
no.
has to be part
I
of
mean-
your DNA, fucker.
So,
No.
okay. You wanna know
Now-
what?
Hold on a minute. I have to side with Kearns here. Because how are you giving a blue star to a movie that you got rid of? This movie
You
does
cut this
like,
movie.
a blue star movie can never be slashed, no matter what category I put it in. You can't slash a blue star. Unless it's
right,
here
fine.
are
I'll give it 5
8
stars
blue
then.
star
Yeah.
movies.
You're out of your mind.
I, on the
So
other
I gotta get
hand,
8 blue
You're
stars.
so poker, Ryan.
Mario
I love you for
64.
it. I love you for it.
Super Mario 64.
Yeah, that's your
The
that's your
only
play star.
You
reason-
gotta get-
the only reason this isn't getting a blue star for me tonight, and it's only getting 5 stars, is because it would be the second blue star in less than a month that I gave out on this show because of Dawn. So it's got to be 5. It's I can't.
The discussion.
It's
That's
yeah.
what
It's
makes Mars Joe.
yeah.
It's worthy of a blue star because it mixes suspense, the thrill, adventure, humor, even a little romance in there, and it's not too much. And Spielberg
We're
mixed it up
talking about
so
Chief
much.
Brody's game. Mrs. Chief Brody's games. That's right.
I mean, Spielberg does it great. And the thing is at the time, and Jada asked me this, is the author, the original author of Jaws, actually helped write the script. And she asked, does that normal for like Hollywood films at that time? And I said, not from what I noticed. I mean, the only other film was The Exorcist. Paul Bleidekern, messed up his last name, but he wrote The Exorcist and he wrote the script. But I think that makes it a little bit better because you got the actual author writing the script, knowing where the beats are, where this should go, what he should change or she should change.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it even better. And then Spielberg being like a young director, you know, wanting to do the perfect film, and it works.
So
Good stuff. Top 5.
I have. Well, hold on. I have one notable, super notable original author who also did the screenplay from that era. Mario Puzo. Godfather.
Oh, Godfather, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No wonder the movies are
I
fucking 7 hours long.
I think that is like sort of a double-edged sword, right? You get the author involved who knows where he wants to go, but you can also, and I mean, credit to Peter Benchley, he didn't get attached to things from the book. He was willing to cut things to make a better movie that, wouldn't have worked as well.
Mario, he
Right.
cuts things out of the book, though.
He did.
That weren't in the movie, like the opening of The Godfather.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Like,
but
before the wedding.
Listen, I read the Godfather book. It's one of those rare examples where I think the movie is better than the book.
Really? Okay.
I mean, if any movie's gonna have a shot, it's The Godfather.
I mean,
for sure. But yeah, we're running
Top
long,
fives.
fellas. Top 5.
Top 5s.
all right. Top 5. Top 5.
We're going.
You know what?
Remember, we're going quick.
I'm gonna follow in John's footsteps. I'm doing my top 5 summer blockbusters. I was gonna do top 5 Spielberg, but I'm liking my top 5 blockbusters. We're gonna start off with
So
number
hold on.
Blockbuster.
Since we're both doing blockbusters, let's do them 5 and let's do them together. Okay. So we don't just
Okay. I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me your number
all right.
5.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. My number 5 to start off our summer blockbuster, saw it in theaters during the summer. That's Spider-Man 2. I think it's 10 times better than the first Spider-Man. It's a better story. It's more heart-wrenching. You get Dr. Octopus, which is like, I was almost going to mess
Great,
with his name.
John. 5.
What the hell, man? Sam Raimi.
My number 5, we're going to go to June 12th, 1981. It came up in our game. It's going to come up in my top 5. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark. You meet Indiana Jones.
Ooh.
You get the epic adventure, the archaeologist trying to prevent the Germans from getting the Ark of the Covenant. It's like the introduction of an iconic character. Raiders of the Lost Ark 5.
4, Ryan.
Number 4, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was my number 4. John explained it perfectly. First Indiana Jones, real quick, I've ever seen. I love it. It's just exciting from beginning to end, and you don't get tired of it. It's a movie you can always constantly rewatch and enjoy.
Nice. 4, John.
So I want to know, just this noted, mine not necessarily in order. My number 4, June 18th, 1980. Sequels make great summer blockbusters. Empire Strikes Back.
I was wondering if we're gonna hear Star Wars.
Wait, hold on. That's your number 4?
I just said not in order. Empire is my number 4.
Okay.
I mean, it's bigger and more dramatic than the first one. It's a series of downers at the end. It's the perfect movie for that franchise. Empire.
Ryan, number 3.
Spider-Man 2 came out June 25th, 2004. And my number 3, I'm sorry, John, I got to steal this because I like what you're doing here. And it makes sense for what we're doing. July 14th or July 18th, 2008, all around the United States, we get The Dark Knight. That's my number 3. I'm a big Batman fan. I wish it was higher up, but go Michael Keaton. But you get a darker version of Batman, and you get a killer version of the Joker from Heath Ledger. Let's redo that. You get an awesome version of the Joker from Heath Ledger. He just nails it. It's a mix of what the Joker was from the 40s to what we know him now. That dark menacing character with jokes here and there, backstory, you don't know who he is. It just does an awesome job capturing the Batman mythos, and it's done very well. Harvey Dent. I can go on and
Nice.
on.
John, number 3.
My number 3 is a movie that came out June 11th, 1993, that one of us didn't see until 4 years ago, and it's Jurassic freaking Park. Rich guy and his scientists bring dinosaurs back to open a theme park. Nothing could ever go wrong.
Life finds a way.
Yep. You know, it's all the hallmarks of a summer blockbuster. The big action set pieces, the superstar cast, and dinosaurs. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, and
Oh,
Ryan, number 2.
I can give you something more. And yeah, we're doing number 2. July 3rd, 1991. Everyone's heads were going to turn for T2, Judgment Day.
Oh, good
Yeah.
choice.
If I have to explain T2, you don't know what you're missing. I mean, watching this very young, my uncle showed it to me, not thinking anything bad, which is bad for the 90s, but awesome for us. And I still remember the truck scene, like the reveal of the T-1000, the metal liquid. It hits every time. And that's another movie like you can always rewatch. You can go back and notice little different things, little trivia connected to the first one and see where they're going, well, where they were going to go for the future, depending on what ending you saw. But James Cameron kills it.
Well, that's my number 2 also, T2. It is as close to a perfect summer movie as you're going to get, except for the runtime. It's a little too long for me, but you get the, you know, everything you want is in a summer blockbuster. You get the marquee name, Arnold. You get things blowing up. You get action. You get suspense. You get fun. You get Guns N' Roses in the soundtrack. It's 1991 perfectly.
But again, as we mentioned previously, you're still in that vibe of the 80s. So you get that still 80s vibe with a little mix of what the 90s is coming up. But for number 1, I'm going back to May 21st, 1980. You already mentioned it. I love it. And that's Empire Strikes Back. It's the best sequel ever to be made. The ending's amazing. And it's unique because the bad guys win. They
Best
win.
sequel ever?
That's
And
true.
it's
Ever? I don't know. I think The
It's one of the
Godfather
best
might have
sequels
something
ever.
to say.
it's one of the best.
One of the best, I'll
Part
give
2?
you. Part 2, Godfather Part 2 is
It is well,
so,
the best in the
so
trilogy.
good.
yeah, as general, part 2 is one of the best sequels because it just blends. It blends Vito's story with Michael's rise. But the biggest thing is Vito succeeding and Michael
Why would you
falling.
do this, John?
What?
Talk about your movie, Empire Strikes Back. Is this up?
But John mentioned
Hey, you know what? You used enough airtime. My number 1, and I think it is my number 1 favorite. My number 1 favorite summer blockbuster. It's not the best movie on this list, but it's the one that for me is the most summer. And we're going to July 3rd, 1996. Aliens blowing
I
up
know.
the United States and the world. It's Independence Day. Independence Day
You
is
did
like
do
the-
Independence Day.
it's the it's not the best movie that I put on this list. It's not even a great movie.
Not even
But it is a
No.
But it
great
might be the best
summer
blockbuster.
blockbuster movie. It is everything you want. It's every element of the summer blockbuster in 2+ hours. It's aliens. It's stuff
Plus,
blowing
yeah.
up. It's an incredible cast. Like even with the little cameos
Pretty
from
big.
people who are like, "Oh my god, that guy's in here!" Like just incredible summer movie.
Well, also remember too, the marketing campaign was a fake news broadcast of the aliens attacking. And I think it was 2 hours long on regular cable. It was insanely long, and they had like all this. It felt real. They were going for like a War of the Worlds kind of thing. Pretty hard. I was in 5th grade. I was like, whoa, this is gonna be the best movie ever.
I'm shocked you picked Independence Day. I thought you were going to say Armageddon for some
He
reason.
surprises us every once in a while.
I mean,
but
Armageddon.
Independence Day is
Armageddon's up
the-
there.
Yeah,
Armageddon was
Independence
on
Day
the rough
is-
draft of this list.
Yeah. I mean, Armageddon's great. And I mean, yeah. But what made you feel something? Were you super hyped? Couldn't wait to go to the movies for Armageddon? I'm betting not.
Not anywhere near like Independence Day or really
Yeah,
any.
not wait to
I
go see
mean,
it.
or how excited I would have been for some of these other ones. Like, Empire came out. I was too young to be that excited about a movie.
Ryan wasn't even a sparkle in his dad's
Nope.
eye. Not yet. But that's it for Jaws, everybody. It's been a wonderful episode. Thanks for joining us. If you're still here right now, we can be friends.
Thanks for watching. Go watch Jaws and check us next week. We're going to be covering The Burning, and what's better, The Burning or Friday the 13th Part 1? That's the question.
Yep. And find us on socials, Xenomania 50, all over the place. And Xenomania anywhere you get your podcasts.
Ah, very nice. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
See ya.
Yeah.